Hey guys, this is Jessica from JewelryTutorialHQ.com and Bespangled Jewelry. Today I'm going to show you how to make your own ear wires, and I have a neat trick to teach you that will help you make two exactly the same at a time. I'm using 22 gauge wire. You could also use 20, and I'm starting with 3 inches, and you could also make yours longer if you prefer a longer ear wire. I'm using the ruler to measure the midpoint, which for this piece of wire is going to be 1.5 inches. And I'm using my round nose pliers to bend it in half. So now I have a piece that looks a little bit like a bobby pin. I'm going to squeeze the end tight with my flat nose pliers. And just untwist the wires a little bit. Grab my round nose pliers and grab the loop at the very end, making sure that I can't feel it on the other side of the pliers, and twist. And reposition the pliers if needed and keep twisting the loop around until it touches the straight part of the wire and you have a loop that looks like the letter P. I'm going to show you how to use a special pair of pliers. These are Weber's large bail making pliers. They have 2 different size round mandrels as jaws. They are not tapered. We're going to use the smaller jaw for this length of wire. I'm inserting the piece of wire with the P shape down and to the right and the smaller jaw on the top. I'm pulling this so that the loop is snugly rested as far as it can go between the jaws, and bending the wire around the top jaw to form the ear wire. Before we separate our ear wires, we're going to trim the ends using the back edge of our flush cutters just to make sure that they're the same length. Just trim off the tiniest bit if needed. And using our flat nose pliers, bend out the very tip at about a 45-degree angle. This makes it easier to put the ear wires in your ear, and it gives it a nice finished look. Now we're ready to separate, again using the back edge of your flush cutters. Just cut the very top of that loop that connects the 2 pieces. One last thing, we need to smooth the ends of the ear wires. And I'm going to show you 2 ways to do that. The first is using a specialty tool that makes the job much easier and faster. It's called a cut burr, and I have mine inserted in a pin vise. You place the wire in the end of the tool and twist in one direction around, and it's always good to get about a 45-degree angle on it as well, just to make sure you get the edge nice and rounded. And before I show you the other way to smooth the end of the wire, I am actually going to show you another way to make your ear wires without a special pair of pliers. Now obviously the pliers makes it a lot easier, but you can also use a round wooden pencil. This is actually about the same size as the mandrel that I used. And press firmly to hold the wire in place against the pencil and bend the wire around. And the tricky part is getting it around without it slipping and twisting. Of course it can be done, but like most things, it takes a little bit of practice. After you trim the ends and separate the loops, another way to finish the ends is with a file. And be sure to only make contact with the metal on the downstroke if you're using one of these files like this. It takes a little bit longer than I'm showing you. You need to make sure that you get all the way around and all angles, and keep going until the ends are nice and smooth. When you are ready to use your ear wire, you simply attach your drop or charm or whatever you want to use. I'm using a wire wrap briolet. You just slip it on the loop and use your round nose pliers to twist that loop closed. If you'd like to learn how to wire wrap a briolet, I'll link to a video where I'll show you how to do that. And if you're interested, I also have a recent video tutorial showing you how to make these cool diamond-shaped ear wires as well. I hope you enjoyed this project and that you'll come back and see me again soon. Be sure to subscribe if you liked what you saw. Thank you so much for watching.